August 21st, Saint Jane Frances de Chantal. At the age of 16, Jane Frances de Frémaux, already a motherless child, was placed under the care of a worldly-minded governess. In this crisis, she offered herself to the Mother of God and secured Mary's protection for life. When a Protestant sought her hand, she steadily refused to marry an enemy of God and his Church, and shortly afterwards, as the loving and beloved wife of the Baron de Chantal, made her house the pattern of a Christian home. But God had marked her for something higher than domestic sanctity. 2 children and a dearly loved sister died, and in the full tide of prosperity, her husband's life was taken by the innocent hand of a friend. For 7 years, the sorrows of her widowhood were increased by ill usage from servants and inferiors, and the cruel importunities of friends who urged her to marry again. Harassed almost to despair by their entreaties, she branded on her heart the name of Jesus, and in the end left her beloved home and children to live for God alone. It was on the 19th of March, 1609, that Madame de Chantal bade farewell to her family and relations. Pale and with tears in her eyes, she passed round the large room, sweetly and humbly taking leave of each. Her son, a boy of 15, used every entreaty, every endearment to induce his mother not to leave them, and at last passionately flung himself across the door of the room. In an agony of distress, she passed on over the body of her son to the embrace of her aged and disconsolate father. The anguish of that parting reached its height when, kneeling at the feet of the venerable old man, she sought and obtained his last blessing, promising to repay in her new home his sacrifice by her prayers. Well might St. Francis call her the valiant woman. She was to found with St. Francis de Sales a great order. Sickness, opposition, want beset her, and the death of children, friends, and of St. Francis himself followed, while 87 houses of the Visitation rose under her hand. 9 long years of interior desolation completed the work of God's grace, and in her 70th year, St. Vincent of Paul saw at the moment of her death her soul ascend as a ball of fire to heaven. Reflection. Profit by the successive trials of life to gain the strength and courage of St. Jane Frances, and they will become stepping stones from earth to heaven. Amen.